Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Grandma. It's Kim and my co-host, Grandma Gail. Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
I know. It's such a bunch of hype. I know. I went to the market today and I went and bought cards. I mean, there were thousands of beautiful cards for the first time because I don't like to do it on my phone with all those mechanical ones. So I like the actual paper cards. So actually, Hallmark should give me a promo because I love their cards.
What do you think is more hyped up, New Year's or Valentine's?
Well, I think New Year's is something that is really an event. Valentine's Day started out as a religious holiday that we've made into a commercial holiday about love.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was originally...
You know the funny thing? I think Valentine's Day is almost a bigger deal when you're single than when you're in a relationship. Because when you're in a relationship, you're like, oh yeah, it'll be a nice thing. We'll celebrate. When you're Valentine's Day, it's like impending doom when you're single.
Well, I think that's what people shouldn't do. I think this is a mindset that's wrong. I think if you're going to have a Valentine's Day, which everybody likes to have a little chocolate, a little bit of flowers sent to themselves or to a friend or to a loved one, don't make it the end-all day. It's not like the starting of the world. I would almost say that if you're single, which I'm sure more than 50% of our audience and population is today, they should make it a day for themselves, to make the day a happy day. Go get a manicure. Go treat yourself to a strawberry margarita at lunch with a friend. Don't make it all about this an overwhelming love affair that you have with the day of Valentine's Day, being a sweetheart and your love is forever. I mean, it's such a bunch of commercial stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's a nice gesture, but I think it's equally nice just to make it a day that we can meet with somebody I really like, whether it be a male companion, a female companion, your children, something that could be just a nice thing to do and celebrate together.
Yeah.
Even if you make a chocolate cake for your family and put a red candle on top of it. It's Valentine's Day. It's fun. You blow out a candle, say Happy Valentine's Day, and everybody get a piece of cake.
That sounds brutal.
I think it sounds good.
Because you're in a happy relationship. There's something that happens to single people when Valentine's comes around. It's like seasonal
you put too
depression.
Much pressure. Yeah, you put too much pressure on yourself.
No, I said seasonal depression.
Well, if you get depressed over this, what happens if the world falls apart, which it has done the last 18 months to 2 years?
Well, right. So this is our second Valentine's Day episode that we've done because
That's right, Kim.
it was our third ever episode last year
when we started
the podcast.
Well, we've come a long way. We're now ticking and talking. So
yes. Well, we also were doing some Valentine's Day related TikTok videos this week with Valentine's Day outfits fun. You can wear,
right.
Gifts that you can get from Amazon.
And wait till you see what we baked.
We made some pink pancakes for Valentine's Day.
They were very, very cute and delicious. Yeah, we're getting very
creative.
That was
easier than
cooking.
I thought.
Well, you were good at carving out the strawberry.
Yeah.
That was very good. It was a very little cute thing. So put that on TikTok this week so people can look at it and copy it. Because if we can do it, anybody can do this.
Yeah, that's true. So I also is it the third Valentine's Day during COVID or second?
So it was 2020 January. This is the third.
Right.
The 20th, the 21st, and now the 22nd. This is the third COVID thing. So I bet most people have been, for 2 years, certainly, they were not even with their loved ones in many cases. They couldn't see their families. They were really very isolated. So I think this year now that Omicron is sort of quieting down, hopefully a little bit, and people have gotten their vaccines and boosters, that you'll be able to celebrate a little bit with somebody.
I bet more Valentine's dates will be in the home this year than out.
Well, certainly in the Northeast and in the Midwest, where it's been so bitter cold, I think people are hunkering down inside around a fire and celebrating however they can. But I think we have to put less emphasis on the gift and more more about being together, whether it be with family or with a loved person or a new boyfriend or girlfriend or a partner of any sort. I think we have to sort of love each other,
Mhm.
and that should be the theme.
And if you do want to get someone a gift, like for example in our Amazon video, we picked out like slippers or
Well, the ones with the hearts were adorable. The
yeah,
little, yeah.
or like what else did we do? Like
Well,
small, like
We
like
did a
funny
little body
keychain.
lotion. Yeah, we did a
like,
body lotion that was very good. That could go for a man or a woman.
yeah, like
either
self
one.
care kind of things, or
Right.
like even those red pajamas, like something like that. Versus,
I think it's more. It should be fun gifts.
Yeah.
I think we first of all the economy is in such a state. I think we shouldn't be if you don't have the means, you shouldn't worry about it. Just do a little something small. It could be even a little. I don't know, a red chocolate heart that you buy in the supermarket with a balloon on top. That's really fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. It's the thought, and I think that's what we have to get back to, the kindness.
there's this meme. You know what a meme? Remember
Yes,
what
I
a
do
meme
know
is?
what a meme is.
That it says everything is fine, but then there's like a fire in the background, and they're like, hee
Well,
hee.
I think that's probably true. I think
Yeah.
it is a fire on. Everybody's getting a little too tense too, and I think we have to chill out.
Yeah. Okay, so So I was Googling
Yeah.
ideas for Valentine's Day in
Okay.
2022,
Okay.
both for when you're in a couple and when you're single.
Okay.
To celebrate or like to not celebrate, things you can do to stay busy, whatever.
Okay.
So I guess tell me how you feel about these ones. With a couple, you could cook or bake together.
Okay.
But I liked the idea of making something like that you don't like out of your comfort zone, like pizza or sushi, like something that's kind of an activity.
Yeah, that's good. I'm into now doing colorful things. I think we should do, as long as we're celebrating, it should be all in the red and the pink family.
Well, pizza's red.
Pizza's red, that's true. And sushi could be red if you do it with salmon, I guess, or tuna.
Yeah.
Sort of, let's do a theme.
Yeah.
Have a theme look. I think might go back to my mother's making Jello with little marshmallows in it. I think I might want to try that recipe again. I liked it growing up.
No one eats Jello anymore.
It's very healthy for you. It
No,
makes
it's
your
not.
nails grow long.
It's the worst for you.
It is?
It's chemicals.
Oh, I like it. I love chemicals.
Okay. Well, I think you can. Another thing they said is to play a game.
Well, I'm not into games, but I guess if you're a young couple or maybe even an old couple, it might be fun.
I feel
mean,
like it would
unless
have
it's
to.
spin the bottle. I mean,
Right.
what
like
kind
it's
of
not
game?
sexy to play Monopoly.
No, no, I don't think you should play something like that.
There's fun games. I
Okay.
think that I don't really
Okay.
know them, but make a scrapbook together.
Oh, well, that's if you've got a girlfriend.
Yeah, this is more serious
I
because
think
you're
this
not gonna put pictures of.
Right.
It would be of the two
somebody
of you.
If somebody you've only gone out with 3 times, I don't think we need to make
Here's
a
your
scrapbook.
Hinge picture next to my Hinge picture.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked make playlists for each other.
Oh, that's nice.
So like on Spotify, you like choose a bunch of songs that makes you think of the other person and then you share it with them.
I have to tell you, I have not one song that I could think about for anybody.
You should make Poppy a playlist.
Da 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 da. I mean, he can't even hear that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nobody would better wait for me to do anything like that because I completely have no imagination about making anything creative. I really don't. I really like the fact that if you could go to a little restaurant and order just a nice, pleasant dinner, have a glass of wine or not.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to
I
celebrate
think
it.
a wine tasting is fun.
That is fun. But
Cheese tasting, chocolate tasting.
yeah, that's good. Oh, I would actually love that. I don't know who
Yeah.
does that anymore because
Well, you could do it yourself. Like buy.
yeah, you'd have to do it yourself because I don't think you can have people touching your different assortments of chocolate anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that might be not a COVID activity.
Okay, let's move on to being single on Valentine's Day because that I have quite the experience.
You're not that old, sweetheart, so you don't have that many Valentine's Day that you have to go into a morose period about. But I think that if you're single, you should make it light. There are other people who are single as well.
Well, that's
so
the thing. Do you either pretend it's not Valentine's Day?
no, there's no reason to pretend. You don't pretend it's not Christmas. If you don't get a Christmas gift
Right.
or a Hanukkah gift or I guess a Chinese New Year gift, I mean, this is silly. I mean, you have friends that are also single and make a dinner with them. Not the whole world is coupled off. And you know what? a meal with somebody you really like
Yeah.
who's a friend is
You
equally
can try
as
a new
satisfying.
restaurant.
Yeah.
You can like do takeout, eat a bunch of candy, watch a rom-com, bake, do a self-care night.
Well, that's the most fun.
Yeah.
Do a day of beauty with your girlfriend, with your bestie,
Mhm.
and I think that would be my best Valentine. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, like a spa day.
A spa day.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I would say don't go on social media on Valentine's Day.
Well, I think people tend to be mean on social media for these things.
Well, no, that's not why.
Why would
Because I would open up Instagram and see everybody's stories, which is like what they post that goes away after 24 hours. That's more of a just like, I'm at this right now. They update their life more so
but
than
there
just
are
a
only
picture.
a few people that do that.
No, every single person who
they
has an
make
Instagram.
lies. They make lies.
No,
up.
no. You just post you just take a video
Well, let's say
of
they're
where
not
you
doing
are.
anything.
Then they're not posting anything.
That's what
But
I'm
most
saying
people
to you.
post throughout the day,
Right.
or on the weekends, or if they have. You're especially going to take to social media if your boyfriend cooked you a cute dinner and you're going to take a picture of it and post it on your story. So on Valentine's Day, it's going to be a lot of pictures of couples doing fun things, and you're going to open Instagram and feel like shit.
If you feel that strongly about it, then you definitely shouldn't go on social media. To me, it wouldn't matter to me. I wouldn't care. I would hope they enjoy it and let them.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like, oh, I hope they're not happy. Like, you want people to be happy. It just makes you think like, oh, they're doing these nice things.
Okay,
And like, I
okay.
don't know. I would say don't open the app.
Okay, I think that could be a smart move. I also, Kimmy, was thinking what would be a really nice gesture on Valentine's Day. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Does it fall on a Tuesday or a Wednesday this year?
Monday.
On a Monday.
Do you like how I know that?
I don't know how you know that.
I look at my calendar so far in advance every day,
Oh.
and it's just like on there
Oh,
for no
okay.
reason.
I think it would be nice to go to a soup kitchen and sort of help.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think make a meal and serve it to some people for lunch or dinner. And I really think that's where we should start heading. I think this too much of our society is too involved in how to I don't know, how would you say it? Overly indulge yourselves in self-pity and in all this kind of nonsense that I'm not doing what the other guy's doing. You really have to break away from that kind of thinking and think about the greater good. We've got to get onto a different track now. People are getting too selfish and too narcissistic in our relationships, and I don't think it's good.
What I also feel like is interesting is we're saying, oh, girls who are single, like, get together with your girlfriends and do an activity. Like, what about the guys who are single on Valentine's Day? Are they going to get together and hang out? Like, do they care?
I don't think guys really care about Valentine's Day. I think this is foisted on them by women, and if they're unless two men are in a relationship, then they have a right to have their own Valentine's Day like everybody else. But if they're two basically straight guys that are sitting around together, they're not going to say, oh, let's have a Valentine's Day dinner. They'll say, put on the television, pass me the popcorn.
Yeah.
I mean,
they probably don't even know it's Valentine's Day.
or they could
People
really
in relationships
care
don't even know it's
right.
Valentine's.
They could care very little about Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I think the basic people who want Valentine's Day are the people who sell flowers, the people who sell candy, and the people who sell greeting cards. That's a very big Valentine's Day operation. But sometimes people
I guess you get a gift.
do
or
get
whatever.
engaged on Valentine's Day. That used to be a thing a couple of years ago. That people would, they would do it around certain occasions, certain holidays. And Valentine's Day certainly, according to the jewelry business.
When did you get engaged?
I got engaged on my birthday.
Really?
Which became a national holiday after that. But
Oh,
somehow
did you
people,
have a
I
birthday
think the
party?
reason why I got engaged on my birthday was so that in the future my husband wouldn't forget when my
Oh.
birthday is. That's probably a good reason.
Maybe.
People do things around dates that are important to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Do you think it means something when a guy remembers your birthday?
Yes, I think it's a kindness. I think it's very nice. I think it means that he has some kind of sweet thought about you, or
No,
you
not
have
even the day of your birthday. Like if you have a friend or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I know your birthday's on this date." Like, do you remember your friends' birthdays?
No.
Would you remember people you're interested in's birthdays?
Well, if I was in a relationship with him, I certainly would have written it down in my book or my calendar somewhere, so I wouldn't let the day go by unnoticed, and I would hopefully do something special for them. It is a special day for each individual.
Yeah.
So it's a nice thing if somebody does remember.
Right.
It's not the worst thing in the world unless it happens
I
to
feel
be
like
your
there's always
spouse
a thing
or
like
your children.
my crush's birthdays. I would always remember them.
Okay.
Like,
well, then
why?
maybe you were very sensitive to them. That's a nice thing. That's a good part of your personality.
And so I know their zodiac sign.
Oh, well,
So I can know their.
that's overdoing it.
Okay, let's go through some listener questions.
Okay.
Someone said, honestly, we get this question so much. And we've answered it, but it's what should I feel when my boyfriend is still communicating with a girl he used to date, saying they
gosh.
only ended up as friends? Should I believe him?
We can't answer this question again. I mean, these people just have to move on. Either move on or trust the guy. It's enough. Don't
Why
write
are
that
so many
question in
people
anymore because I think so many people are having multiple relationships. I don't think anybody trusts anybody anymore. It's very sad.
What is trust anymore? It's
Well,
like
that's very sad. If we can't trust somebody, then we cannot have a relationship with them.
trusting somebody is when somebody tells you something and they do it, right? And they follow up on their word.
Right, exactly.
So in this case, if they say it's only a friend,
Then you should trust
then
them.
you should believe it. Unless you
definitely
find
agree.
them together on a date. Like,
and then goodbye and good luck.
advice for single moms.
Well, single mom is very important. You have to work. You have to take care of your children. It's a very hard job that you have. So I don't have very much advice for them. I just, I wish them well. And I hope they have support of family and friends around them that takes some of the pressure off.
Why do girls not like the nice guy?
Well, I don't think all girls. I always like the nice guy. I was never interested in the player because those are the ones who end up hurting you and really can't be in a real commitment. You need somebody who really is down to earth and wants really the same things you want. And usually the bad guys or the bad boys don't want that. So it's just what it is. But girls are always attracted to that type, just like men are always attracted to bad girls. I mean, it works both ways, but they usually don't end up in harmonious relationships.
Okay, we're going to do our 1950s movie of the week. We tried to pick something romantic out.
It's more fun than romantic. It's a wonderful singing and dancing in this movie. It got all kinds of awards. It's 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
She's already checked out, guys. She's on her phone. It was too much. I should say, we were recording this at 9 p.m. at night. We usually don't do that. It seems like this isn't going to be our go-to time.
I have to put on my Amazon.
Okay, yeah. You know how to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at ExcuseMyGrandma. And we will see you next week.